Hi everyone, welcome to this evening's webinar. For those of you who are tuned in live, thank you for joining us, and for those of you who are watching this back at another time, thank you for watching. And we are looking to go through some information tonight around online study options at Flinders University for undergraduate programs. My name is Philip. I'm a prospective student advisor at Flinders Uni, so my role at the uni is to speak with people who are looking at study options at Flinders, people who have applied or looking to apply for Flinders, to help you with what is available, what are pathways to come in, and what your study might look like once you are at Flinders University. And so tonight we'll be focusing particularly on the online study options. And so if you have already applied for an online course, of course, this might be for a range of different reasons, and it could be for a range of different courses. So the outline of tonight is that I'm going to touch on what we have available in terms of online programs at an undergraduate level, and then go through a bit of a pictorial, a picture tutorial on what the online classroom looks like for an online student. So yeah, we'll get started. Okay, so why study online? I mean, you're probably the best person to answer this for yourself. There is no right or wrong when it comes to should I study online, should I study on campus, and there are many, many reasons. It may be because of location that you might be looking to study online. It might be because of the range of commitments that you have that you would need to balance with your study. And of course, everyone is different. What we're offering though in terms of our online programs are very flexible options for you still to be able to complete undergraduate study alongside everything else that might be happening, or with your distance that you have from the university campus. The qualifications that you are achieving online are to the same level, the same quality as it mentions there on screen, to on-campus students who are studying in these areas. So we've put together an online platform for students to use with a lot of support both from academic staff and other support services at the university. So as an online student, you are a Flinders University student, you have access to all these services, and the degrees are the same quality degrees that we have on campus as well. So as well as, depending on what you're studying, you still have the opportunities to get involved in things like networking events, placements, as well as access to all Flinders students' facilities and services as well. So for example, if you're studying online but you do live in Adelaide, and perhaps on a weekend or after work you want to use the library or various other services on campus, then you can certainly come on as a Flinders University student. In terms of the course areas that we offer at an undergraduate level, we do also offer a range of courses at postgraduate level that are online. But in terms of the undergraduate course areas, so we've got a few different areas that I'm going to just briefly touch on. So probably our biggest suite of online programs at an undergraduate level are within the business area of study. So we have fully online degrees for our Bachelor of Business, our Bachelor of Business with the specialisation of management, marketing, as well as international business as well. So these programs are offered on campus, they're also offered fully online. We do have a number of other business programs that we offer here at Flinders. Those are not fully online, but a lot of them will have online elements, what we might call a mixed mode, where you have study on campus, but also some of your topics completely online as well. So if studying online is something that you're considering, but you do have the ability to perhaps be at some classes, definitely look into other options that might be available to you in terms of a mixed mode of study. It does depend on what area of study that you're looking at going into. The numbers that I've put next to the courses here are the SATAC codes. So if you're looking to apply for an online course, just be aware that when you do search for the courses on SATAC, that the online programs do have a separate SATAC code to their on-campus equivalent. So I've put them there for your use here. Otherwise, just keep a lookout when you're on SATAC that when you search business, you'll see both online and on-campus courses. We do also have a website. On our Flinders website, we also have a page specifically aimed at our online study. So there's information there as well as links to our various online programs as well. Another area that we have a few offerings in terms of fully online undergraduate courses are within health. So I've listed here, for example, our Bachelor of Healthy Aging can be done entirely online, as can the Disability and Developmental Education degree, as including the Rehabilitation Counselling stream as well. So again, these programs have separate SATAC codes, which I've listed there for you, but these programs you can do entirely online. And once again, there is further information available to you online. From last year, we've also introduced our Bachelor of Information Technology, Network and Cybersecurity Systems degree entirely online as well. So if you are looking to study within IT and have a particular interest in network and cybersecurity, certainly a degree which has a very strong focus on, I guess, the future of computer science and IT in that area and that industry, then that qualification can be done online. A little bit different to the previous courses, which are full 3-year bachelor qualifications. We do also offer what we call the Bachelor of Letters in Criminology online as well. Now, the Bachelor of Letters is something that we offer in a variety of different areas, but this is the program that is entirely online. What a Bachelor of Letters is, it's an extra qualification or an extra area of specialisation that you can add to any undergraduate degree that you're studying. So if you're an online student, perhaps studying within network and cybersecurity, the IT degree, for example, if you are interested in combining that with criminology, which is actually something we've introduced this year for the first time, you could do that as an online student and add criminology to your study program. It will add 1 year overall to your time at university, but it gives you this further qualification in criminology. So this is also fully online. It can be added to any undergraduate degree, whether it's an on-campus or an online degree. And in terms of applications for this, you don't need to go through SATAC. You do need to go through SATAC for your course of choice, your main program of study. But if you would like to add an online criminology Bachelor of Letters, then you actually apply internally through Flinders once you've been admitted into a degree. So as I mentioned, we do have a variety of different areas like innovation and enterprise, English creative writing, sports performance coaching that you can do through Bachelor of Letters. These are on campus, but the Crim one has the option to be online. Okay, so that's a very brief overview of the undergraduate programs we have in this area. So some of you might be, like I mentioned, have already applied for these perhaps, and they are certainly for those of you who perhaps haven't applied at this stage, these can be applied for through SATAC, and at the end I will go through some key dates around the SATAC applications. Okay, so I'm going to do a fairly brief tour or pictorial tour of what the online classroom looks like. And so the important thing about online study is that you have the opportunity to engage with your academic staff, so your tutors and your lecturers and course coordinators, but also the opportunity to communicate with other students who are studying in these areas. And that's what we've achieved or are looking to achieve with our online system, to make sure that our students who are studying online are still engaged in the Flinders community, still having the opportunity to network with staff as well as fellow students as well. So I'm going to go through a few different slides here which give you a bit of an idea of what it would look like if you're an online student. So Flow, Flinders Learning Online, is our portal for students. On-campus students also have access to Flow for some of these functions and some different functions, but as an online student you have a lot more access on Flow for various different parts of your study. So to start with, this is a little bit a screenshot of what the Flow looks like. This is a particular example of a topic. So you'll see at the top of that screenshot, Business 1011, Accounting for Managers. So this would be a particular topic within one of the business courses. As you can see, there's a topic welcome on the right hand side with your topic coordinator with a bit of information. All topics that you study, so if you're a full-time student perhaps doing 4 online topics, you would have one of these for each of the topics, and at the beginning of that you'll have your topic orientation and introduction, as well as all the details for the academic staff, so you're able to get in touch whether it's by phone, by email, with any questions that you might have. There's also a range of topic orientation activities for each online program that you're doing to get you used to the Flinders Learning Online or Flow site, as well as having an understanding of what's going to be required of you in this particular topic. Excuse me. Okay, so as well as that, for each of our topics, there will be a navigation video. So again, this is when you first log in, especially when it's your very first topic that you're studying as an online student. We have a navigation video to assist students to find their way around Flow. As an online student, it is really important that you do understand and know how to use Flow, so that you can access all the different parts of all the different bits of information that you require. But of course, our support staff, academic staff, are more than happy to help you with this if you are ever stuck at any point. As mentioned before, all topic information is very prominent in Flow, so that when you do start navigating through it, you will be able to have a look at exactly what you require. This could be in terms of things like readings or textbooks that you might need, as well as things like contact hours and how to contact the different staff members. Okay, so there is a section on Flow, which is for announcements from teaching staff. So as an online student, we would be encouraging you to keep a close eye on the announcements section of the Flow website. That being said, students do receive an email notification as well when an announcement is made. So this could be, as the examples have in there, a welcome to the topic, tutorial work that is due. But basically this is an opportunity for academic staff and for the teaching staff to make announcements, let you know about things so that you're aware of them in real time. Okay, we also have a general discussion forum, so a little bit different to the announcements, which are for lecturers and tutors to put forward bits of information. The class discussion area is where you can engage directly with teaching staff and fellow students about your topic. Now, this could be topic content, it could be about tasks that are needing to be done, assignments. My advice to you, at having done some online study myself, is also to engage in the general discussion forum. If you're having issues or not understanding a particular task or something that you need to do, my first step would always be to go to the general discussion forum, and you'll quite often find that other students have perhaps already asked the question or a similar question, or you can start off the discussion. You might find a fellow student's able to help you, or the teaching staff will be able to, as it mentions down the bottom there, they monitor this and they will respond to questions as well. So do use the discussion forum as an online student. And separate again is the student lounge. So this, I guess, is a little bit different in that this is specifically for students and for students to communicate with other students, and it isn't used as for teaching staff to assess you on any questions you're doing or anything like this. This is for you to be able to interact with other students who are studying in this particular degree. So this is a more casual, a little bit more of a social opportunity through Flow for you to chat with some fellow students. You might find, for example, if you're studying interstate or in a regional area online, that you might actually find through, say, the student lounge that there are actually other students studying near you, and you might actually look at meeting up with them, for example, to be able to do study sessions with or something along those lines. So again, this is an opportunity for that type of interaction. Okay, a few other things to point out. We take on student feedback with our Flow website to make sure that it is as easy as possible for students, and that it is providing all the information that students want when studying online. One of the things that we received feedback around was the progress bar. So the progress bar, as mentioned at the bottom there, is a time management tool. It shows what assessments are involved in a particular topic, and how many you've done and how many more that you have to complete. So this is a bit of a visual measure for you to be able to look at as you progress through a topic, to give you a bit of an idea of what has already been done and what is due to come up as well. So there is a little picture there of the progress bar and what it looks like, but this is quite a handy tool for students to have a visual reminder of what's coming up. Similar to that is also the calendar. So for each topic there will be a calendar, and this will have key events, key due dates entered into the calendar so that you can see what's coming up in terms of your assessment deadline. So a little bit like the progress bar, but more specific in terms of knowing what you have coming up. So you might have a few assignments that you're working on. You can flick through your different topics and see when they're due on that calendar. Okay, so in most topics when studying online, you'll also be required to attend a virtual classroom. So these are our Collaborate tutorials. This is where you'll actually enter an online classroom using video conference software. And in these video conferences, you can interact directly with your fellow peers as well as their teaching staff as well. And they'll run through materials just like you would as an on-campus student, face-to-face in a tutorial room. This is what the collaborative tutorials are for. It's an opportunity to work through the information, and you might have questions posed for you and various things as you would do in an on-campus tutorial. So these are, like mentioned there, most topics will have requirements for this where you do need to log in. It will vary from course to course and from topic to topic as to what the requirements will be there. Some may be flexible in terms of when you enter. Other times you may have certain times where you need to log in and actually go in and be there live. So that's what collaborative tutorials are and are a big part of topics. Okay, we also have, as part of the Flow website, a week-by-week layout of what is required in that particular week of study. So again, we try to put this in as a clean format as possible so it's easy for you to navigate, and also to make sure that there aren't little hidden things that you're not aware of that are due, or readings that you need to do, rather than needing to read through a big, one big book and sort of locate things in certain weeks. It's going to be all placed out for you each week of that topic. So I won't go into all of these, but as you can see, there's various things that will be laid out for you week by week. There'll be an introduction to what's being covered, key ideas, what actually needs to be done, which is obviously really important. And that includes any readings, any videos, any tutorial activities you need to log in for, as well as any assessments that might be due that week as well. So you don't need to spend heaps of time looking up these things in different documents. It's going to be laid out for you week by week, and you'll be able to look ahead at what is due, and also, as mentioned, use things like the progress bar and the calendar as well. Okay, and finally, just one last screenshot. Of course, there is more to the Flinders Learning online platform. We can't go through all of it this evening, but I guess these are some of the key elements. I thought it was worth also mentioning that for each week, students also have an introduction video. So this is usually filmed by the topic coordinator, where he or she will go through what's happening that week and the materials. So again, it is about engaging with you and making sure that you are that you know that there are staff there putting this content together for you week by week, and also there to help you with your studies. I think I mentioned at the start, as an online student, the most important thing is to know that you have that support available for you so that you feel engaged with your study, and that's certainly what we've put together with Flow and our online platform. As it mentions there as well, copies of lecture slides are also made available for student reference, like for on-campus students as well, so that you can look back if, for example, your your topic might have an exam at the end of the year. You have access to all the materials. They don't disappear week by week. You'll be able to access those and look over them as part of your assignments, your essays, and perhaps exams as well. Okay, so that's the end of the I guess the tutorial the pictures for what it looks like. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to pop them into the chat box about any of that information. I'm just going to finish on a little bit of information about SATAC and applications. So some of you, as mentioned, may have already applied through SATAC, and that's great. Do make sure, if you haven't already, that you pay your fees by the 28th of September. If you're looking to apply for SATAC, applications are open, so just go to the SATAC website, to the undergraduate section, and you'll be able to register to apply there. The first closing date is Friday the 28th of September, so it's a really important date because after the 28th of September you actually do pay a pretty significant late fee for your application. So certainly 28th of September is when we would recommend having your application in by. That being said, if you did miss out on that date, you can still apply by the 3rd of December. There will be the late fee that you need to pay, but your application will be given equal consideration. Another important date is Thursday the 3rd of January. This is the change of preference deadline, and this is up until that date you can change the order of your preferences in your application. So if you're got a few courses that you're considering but you haven't decided on one particular one yet, still put your application in, put those preferences in, and then know that you've got till the 3rd of January to confirm those. So that's a really important one. For Year 12s, that means once you've got your ATAR as well, you've still got a couple of weeks before you need to finalise your preferences. And we are more than happy at the Prospective Students Admissions Office to help you with any questions you might have about the ordering of your preferences or how the application process works, and have our contact details up in a moment. Now, in terms of offers, so I've got 2 dates up here, the early offer round. So this is new for this year, that SATAC will be making some early offers for students for some courses and for students who have met the guaranteed entry requirements for that course and have it listed as their first preference. So not everyone will get an early offer, and it doesn't mean you're not going to be made an offer if you don't. Because it doesn't apply to all courses, but some students may receive an early offer on the 20th of December. Most students are looking to receive offers on the main offer round, which is Tuesday the 15th of January 2019. And we do, for some courses, have offers, sorry, I think that's supposed to say after this date. So some offers are made after the 15th of January. If there are still places available in a course, then we will have further offer rounds. So again, if you're not made an offer, say on the 15th of January, my advice would be to get in touch with us and we can chat to you about your application, whether there are other courses you can include in your SATAC application for consideration for a later offer round, or if there needs to be perhaps another pathway to consider. For different students, this might be a TAFE pathway, it could be a foundation studies. There are quite a few different options there. So if you're not made an offer, don't close the door on uni or on Flinders. Get in touch and we'll give you as much help as you need to find a pathway for you. And finally, as I mentioned, our contact details, so our phone number, but also our email address as well. So please feel free to send through or to give us a call with any questions that you might have about applications. More than happy to help. And we also do have some more webinars coming up in the coming months. So a few examples there. If you're a regional student and you're looking to perhaps move to Adelaide, we have a specific session on moving to Adelaide and some of the considerations and on-campus accommodation options. Likewise, for all students, but certainly regional students should look at what scholarships might be available, as well as more general uni life, and then a range of other study areas. So we've covered a couple of different study areas because we're looking at the online suite in general tonight. In other study areas, if it's a particular study area webinar, then we will have staff that will be talking in detail about those courses involved in those webinars. So any course areas that you're interested in, head to the URL there, or just type webinars into our website, sign up for them, and we'll send you the link like we did today. Okay, a pretty quick one tonight, but hopefully a helpful one for those of you who are considering online study and what that would look like for you. As mentioned, please feel free to get in touch with us, but thank you for watching, and good luck with your application if you have applied, and we hope to see you either at Flinders or through our online portals from 2019. Thanks very much.